There's a chicken in Fahaba? There's chicken in Fahaba. There's rabbits in Fahaba. There are rabbits in Far Harbor. Well, thank you for following. It's always nice to have a new follower. Synth Torso Best. New synth armor? Synth Torso Light. LL armor. Those are existing synth items. So there's a new Synth Torso Best level list that they created. Let's see. I love this. They have leveled items for their unique items. So I can actually just see what all the unique items are. The Darper Gent. The Flamer? Oh, override name. Sergeant Ash. The way they handle unique weapons, unique items is a little bit odd, because sometimes it's actually a unique item. Like, this is an armor called the Dapper Gent. It's completely unique and has its own armor entry. And then you have Sergeant Ash, which is just a flamer with a unique effect added to it, and not name override. Notice how there's no consistency? So here we got Amiral's Friend, which is a harpoon gun. We have Old Reliable, which is a lever gun. Then we've got this, which is a piece of armor, which, you know, if we were following the logic that armors are unique and weapons are just renamed, here we have a Recon Marine left armor. It's just a rename. Then we got the Butcher's Hook, which is a rename. The Fish Catcher, which is a rename. The Kiloton Radium Rifle, which is a rename. Let's see. Adam's Bulwark is a rename. Atom's Judgment is a rename. Bloodletter is a renamer. Defender's Harpoon Gun is a renamer. Arcadia's Shield. Interesting. Lucky Yeti. Radical Conversion. Rescue Diver Suit. So we do have a diver suit. That should answer any questions whether or not there's a diver suit. Skipper's Last Stand, that's a weapon. The Harvester, the Striker, and then we have the Fence Buster. Let's see, anything else? Well, there's wolves. I don't think that was any surprise to anyone. There's hermit crabs. There's the gulpers, the fog crawlers, the anglers. We've got the marine armor, the piecemeal armor. That's what it's called here, at least. No, the piecemeal armor is literally just piecemeal. It's a mix of armors. It's a level less for, like, raider and whatnot, so yeah. But the marine armor is a new armor set. The trapper is a new armor set, it looks like. We've got some rain gear, so rain hats. So yeah, look, we've got a whole set of rain gear here. Fisherman's overalls. A bunch of rain hats have been added. Garden gnomes are back. They got rid of the they got rid of all the garden gnomes from Fallout 3 and replaced them with teddy bears, and now the garden gnomes are back. Well, let's see. What else? Vault 118. Bribe. Pre-war money. What else? That's interesting. So, they changed the level list for a vendor who used to have a chance for no 10mm ammo. Originally, it was a chance of 768 in Fallout 4. With the DLC, it's the none chance, which I presume has to do with the chance of them not actually having it, has been reduced to 0. So vendors will always have 10mm ammo, looks like. Same thing with the hunting rifle. Interesting. What else? Why don't we just go down the list to see if there's anything that strikes our fancy? Activators are not really anything you can get a quick glimpse of. Ingestibles. Alright, so we've got all these new ingestibles. Ware's Brew, the Captain's Feast, Mirelurk Jerky. I'm going to see how the Mirelurk Jerky compares to my own Mirelurk Jerky from my hunting mod. Vim Captain's Blend, Ice Cold Vim Captain's Blend, Ice Cold Vim Quartz. So it looks like we got a new soda. Ice Cold Vim Refresh. Angler Steak, Ester, Blight, Firebelly, Angler Meat, Black Bloodleaf. Agile Sludge Pack, Wolf Ribs, Rabbit Leg, Chicken Thigh. Mirelurk Queen Steak has changed. Interesting. So how has it been changed? It's no longer tagged as a food item. Interesting. That's very interesting. The Mirelurk Steak in Fallout 4 was tagged as a food item, but it's not tagged as a food item in DLC. The Yellow Belly Syringe, which is a syringer item, looks like they changed the sound effect from Stimpack up to Bottle Up. Let's see what else. They changed the consume sound, but that's about it. Just a couple of sound changes. Aiming models, ammunition, modified bowling ball, 38. Looks like there's some template ammos in here, but nothing really new. The harpoon, 45s. They have a copy of the 10mm, presumably for testing, and they just forgot to remove the dummy. There's Angler Spit, because any projectile weapon, it has to be counted as an ammo. So like the Angler Split, like the Mirelurk King Sonic Attack, those all would be considered ammunition. And they'd all have projectiles, and they'd be treated like normal weapons. But it looks like there's also a paintball. Interesting. Attraction rule. Not sure what that's relating to. Alright, so armor add-on. So the Longshoreman is an armor that existed previously, and they've changed it. Interesting. Oh, and looks like with the update to FO edit, they've updated the flags here. Let's see. Interesting. What else? What else? What else? Armor. Child of Adam Brown Rags. Nothing terribly notable in here. What do we have? What's this? There's a skirt that's been added to the armor. Interesting. Interesting, interesting, interesting. So they've changed around the meshes a bit for Child of Adam default items. Interesting. Got the captain's hat, Brotherhood fatigues, the diver's suit, Super Mutant Bearskin outfit, the High Confessor's outfit, Marine outfit, T-55 sets in here. This is a unique T-55? Yep, it's for the Vim sets. Lobster Trap helmet, Hunter's hood, Trapper gear, Heavy Trapper gear, Coastal armor. Vault 118 jumpsuit. So there's Vault 118 mentioned again. Hunter's long coat. Books. I think there's a bunch of new books, notes, magazines, that type of thing. Recipes. Let's see. Body part data. That's interesting. There's a new Robo Brain in the DLC. And they're not inherent. Well, I suppose that's fair because you can't expect everyone to have every DLC. So they probably copied it from Automatron to make their own version of it. So you don't need Automatron for whatever this Robo Brain is doing in Fahaba. Interesting. We've got a Turret Defender as well. Cells, climate components. Code, black ice. Constructible objects. What do we have here? Constructible objects. So you can actually build power armor in Fahaba? That's what it seems to imply, but I don't know. Maybe that's the repair or the upgrade cost. Because you see, if we were actually able to build it, there'd be a workbench keyword here, and there isn't. Constructible objects are kind of different in their way. So, like, for example, with this one, you can actually craft the harpoon gun. So, as you can see here, you can craft it, but I don't know how you craft it. That's the problem. There's no reference to what workbench you're using. You can craft it, but it doesn't say. It's not saying where you craft it. Huh, interesting. Oh, well, these are just magazines, so they would be crafted at your armor workbench. But there still should be a reference to the armor workbench here. Weird. Caltrop. See, like here. Recipe, throwing traps, workbench. The other ones all were missing the workbench keyword and the category keyword. Interesting. Marlark jerky, see, workbench keyword. Rabbit steak. New recipes for scrapping stuff. What else? Object effects, maybe? So we've got a Fortify Endurance. We've got fire damage from the Angler. Poison damage, radiation damage. Adam's Bulwark has its own special effect. We've got water breathing from the diving suit. Pretty standard there. Adam's Devoted Enchantment. Radiation resist, it looks like. Now this is interesting. We have a new item for the Church of Adam. Adam's Devoted. It's an enchantment effect, probably on a piece of clothing. It gives you Fortify Radiation Resistance. But only if your radiation is less than 100. Not equal to and less than, just straight up less than. You have to have 99 or less radiation. Now it's got a magnitude of 5. So you get 5 radiation resist if your radiation is under 100. If your radiation is greater than or equal to 100, you get 10 radiation resistance. If it's less than... Oh, so it's a range. Greater than or equal to 100, less than 200. If it's over 200 and less than 300, you get 20 rad resist. So as your radiation goes up, your radiation resistance goes up.